David Garofalo of the Cigar Authority. You're listening to the Leaf and Ash Podcast, the cigar podcast that I listen to.
What's going on, guys? Surprise, surprise. What up? What up? What's going on, guys? It's your boy, Panda Baby. Let's go. We already got somebody here. Rob, what up, Robbie? So, as you can see, it's only two of us at the moment. We don't know if the other two compadres are going to join us. We figure, what the heck? Let's jump on. It's Tuesday's kind of surprise everybody, giving everybody a heads up once again that on starting next month, August, just to get it out the way, guys, we're moving our show from Thursday nights to Tuesday nights. So this is kind of just a little test run to see, what's about. We didn't announce it to anybody. We just figured let's just jump on and talk it out and see what's up. What up, Donnie boy?
What's happening?
No, man. So this is not your ordinary sip and smoke, but show what are you sipping on? What you smoking on?
I am sipping on some the Hibiki.
Oh man, now I feel so bad. Oh man, I'm not drinking tonight, man. And what are you smoking?
Just a little Yard Guard.
A little Yard Guard. What's the Yard Guard? The Davidoff, because it's Tuesday.
Because it's Tuesday, baby.
And he wants to know why I call him the bougie one, right? Exactly, Rob. He's anything but. Yeah, now I feel bad. So the Panda is having a cup of coffee. Yeah, I know. I was in the mood for a cup of coffee. And your boy Panda is actually smoking. This is the first time I've had this cigar, and that is the Rojas 10th anniversary.
Oh, I've been looking for that mother.
You know the crazy part, Don? Let me get my fat head out of the thing over here. I can't. There we go. I don't even know where I got this cigar from. That's the crazy part. I don't even know where I got this Rojas 10th anniversary from. But first impressions, honestly, it's a good taste already.
Yeah.
It's a good taste.
I'll tell you what, I'm impressed with Rojas, man. They've been almost everything I've smoked from them has been good.
So I've heard mixed reviews about the 10th anniversary. And I don't want to say too much, but right now, first pull, I'm liking it. What's up, Tom?
We got the Misfits in the house. We got the Assassins in the house.
Kurt, I just got off the phone with them not too long ago. What do we got here? Gotta love. Oh yeah, Bougie Don is right.
Hey, if I'm gonna wear it, I might as well live it, right?
It's Tuesday and the man smoking. It's unreal. Shit. No such thing, Rob. I was going to smoke yours tonight, but I'm like, you know what? I don't know who's gonna be here, so I'm saving that honestly for our first Tuesday. August 4th, just to give you guys a heads up, we have, and I believe it's already been confirmed with them, we're going to have Carmen and Luis from His and Hers Cigar Lounge. So they close at 8 o'clock. So I'm sure one of them will be on, and then the other one will join shortly thereafter. But as you guys know, Carmen and Luis, they have been, nothing but gracious to us. To them, to us, their family. You know what I mean? I actually got nothing but love for Carmen and Luis, both of them. Yeah. Cheers, my brother. Hey, my cup of coffee. Ain't this something?
It's in a Perdomo cup, so it's something.
Man, it is what it is. Oh man, what's going on? This is how I get greeted. What's up, Don and Big Head Panda? What's up, man? Looking forward to your review, Panda. Absolutely, man. And listen, you guys know I will always be honest with you, and I think that we take pride in being honest, especially, you guys are family to us. And, and I know that, you know, any criticism is always for a good reason. You know, nothing to take personal. It's never personal, you know, but I would never want anybody that I consider a friend or family to put something out there. And if I don't like it, just because I don't care for it, it doesn't agree with my palate, doesn't mean that it's not a good cigar.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Panda, that Assassin's gonna agree with your palate. It's spicy. It's a good. I've had it. I've had two of them. I think I've had two of them now. It's a spicy cigar. It's gonna be right up your alley.
No, I'm looking forward to it. You know, I want to smoke that honestly on the clean palate. So Tuesday is gonna be hard. I'm gonna have at least one smoke. You know, my morning smoke with my coffee, and then late that night, 8 o'clock on Tuesday on the 4th, I'm gonna smoke that cigar, and you know, and be honest about it. You know what I mean? And listen, I've heard nothing but good things about it. So, you know how that goes. I mean, everybody, listen, it's all subjective, right? Any cigar you smoke. Actually, I've heard mixed reviews about this cigar.
And you're liking it so far. So yeah.
So far, I'm enjoying it. You know what I mean? But you know, you just never know. Hey, what Rob said, and Rob is the new addition to the TPA Fest, Smoke Fest.
Oh yeah.
So Rob will be out there.
Wait. We got to put up with Rob all weekend.
I know, right? That's what I should.
I'm just busting you, Rob.
Like the Liga 9. Stop it. You know, and the thing is like everybody busts my chop about that Liga 9. And listen, there is some truth to what certain people say about that Liga 9 because the reality is it's not the same as
it's not the same. It isn't.
You know, is that the blue bonnet? I don't know. It's just the regular 10th anniversary, the purple label. I don't know if it is or not. I don't. You know, I got rid of the cello. I don't know. So you tell me, is this? I don't think this is it, right? This is just this one here. Honestly, Gabe, I'm so far it's pairing up great with my coffee. You know, so I mean, and I'm telling you, I opened up my my humidor, the CAO that I have, and I was just opening up drawers. I went to the last drawer, and I'm like, "What's the guy that was facing down?" And I turned around and said, "Oh, I have a Rojas." I said, "Okay," but I agree with you, Don. Everything so far that I've smoked from Rojas in one form or another has been absolutely divine.
Well, and I'll tell you, when we had our little tournament the other night, the one must go the whole show, and that Barbacoa did so good. Oh, I don't know what happened there, but Barbacoa did so good. I hadn't had one, and everybody was busting my chops about not having one, so I went and got one. I smoked it yesterday, and I could see why it was. I could see why it did well.
Yeah, you know, that's the only one I have not tried. Well, I honestly, this is where I'm at, and I could tell you, I hope it stays like this throughout the whole smoke. I'll be honest with you, because this one.
All right, Rob, thanks for stopping by, bro.
Hey man, you be safe, bro. And I'll be honest with you, this one is a tasty son of a gun. But I mean, listen, the street tacos, you know, if it wasn't because Gabe was talking about it, and not only that, JJ talked about it a lot, just the same. You know what I mean? And I really enjoy the barbacoa and the al pastor. The carnitas, honestly, for me, it is light. But to me, it wasn't as enjoyable for me, you know. Okay. And I smoked both ring sizes. I don't know if it's a Gordo that I smoked or a Grande Toro, but I know the regular Toro was a lot better than the bigger ring gauge. You know, it's funny because I find myself enjoying these smaller ring gauges more and more.
Yep.
You know.
So I had up until yesterday, I had only had the carnitas.
Okay.
And it was it's a good smoke. It is light, but it's a good smoke. And so when you were talking about the barbacoa and the al pastor, I was at the shop yesterday, and it was so funny. The guy was stocking shelves in the humidor, and I walked up and said, "Hey man, you guys got any of the Rojas street tacos?" And he looks at me like I was nuts. I was like, he goes, "You're standing right in front of him," and I went, "Oh shit!"
Well, I told you, man, I was having a hard time finding them, and it just so happened I went to Neptune's to go and what's up, Pedro? Hayes Gray in the house. You know, I went because Gabe was smoking the Illusion, the Habano and the Maduro, and you guys know I absolutely love those cigars. I love Illusion as a whole, as that company. I absolutely love them. And I went back and I grabbed two of each. And as I'm walking back to the register, back to the front of the store, it caught my eye because the boxes of the street tacos stick out because they're very colorful,
Right.
you know.
Right.
And I was like, I go, when did you guys? It just so they had just got them the day before, so I was just so happy that I was able to try it. I got me a couple of the Barbacos, and I even brought one and I gave it to Ernie because I'm like Ernie's guinea pig. You know, Ernie does not try anything new unless I kind of recommend it. You know what I mean? Because him and I have similar palates, and he knows. And not to say that everything that I've enjoyed, and I told him he might like it, that he enjoys that. There's a couple of cigars I won't mention that he really doesn't care for at all, which really, really surprised me, to be honest with you. But yeah, there's a lot of new stuff coming out. You know what I mean? We got obviously, the TPA coming up real soon.
It's coming up, man. You think, oh, it's way in October, but we're about to be in August. At the end of this week, we're in August. So,
but yeah,
how are the preparations coming for all that? You're pretty deep into all that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I would say we're about, if I had 85 to 90% pretty much complete. I think probably 90% we're done. Obviously we're still looking for sponsors. Anybody that wants to sponsor, I believe we already have. I think Hayes Gray set up a sponsor for the pairing. They got a liquor brand out there cool. to sponsor, and I believe there's going to be another sponsor for the rolling class. And off the top of my head, I can't remember who it is. And the amount of giveaways that we have going on between the swag is ridiculous. The giveaways is going to be from cigars to cigar accessories to liquors. There it is right there, guys. Save that date, October 1st to the 3rd. And the breakdown for that is October 1st, which is a Thursday. It's just a meet and greet. So those who decide to get there early, Thursday we're meeting at a brewery that has a cigar area to smoke. So I can't wait for that. We got a little walkthrough. Which is absolutely that place is going to be a blast. So that's a meet and greet for everybody. Meet all the brand owners, us included. We got our cigars bonded by the leaf, and now we have 3. We have the Smoker's Ember, the Smoker's Inferno, and the Smoker's Delight. So we finally got that. We got the boxes up being made. We're gonna have 5 packs of each cigars being made, and then we're gonna do a sampler, a 3 pack sampler, so we're gonna be set up, and then obviously we are the Prime podcast that are gonna be out there doing it live, yeah. Can't wait for the TV. Yeah, I agree, man. I'm there with you, Pedro. I can't wait. We're gonna get there Wednesday. I know that there's a couple of people that are going to be showing up on Wednesday. I know John, from California is showing up on Wednesday. I don't know when you're going to show up. When you showing up?
I get there late Thursday night.
Okay, so that's perfect because I believe the meet and greet starts at 6.
Yeah, I'll be later than that. I think I get in at like 10:50 or something, 9:50, something like that. It's gonna be late for me Thursday night. I probably won't make the meet and greet, but.
And because the reason I'm getting there, we have to do the setup. We have to set it up. So we'll wake up early in the morning. We'll set all the vendors will be able to set their tents up and get that up. And like I said, it's gonna be a blast. It's gonna, we're gonna have a DJ. Actually, we have 2 DJs. One on one day and another on another, because it just so happened that the one DJ had something to do on Saturday, and then the other one had something to do on Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it worked out. So we have 2 DJs. We have a bar, and it's just unreal. The packages that we're offering and the swag and the amount between the meet and greet, the rolling, in the rolling class and the pairing. And so Friday night after the event, we have a dinner which is included in the VIP package. So that's gonna be fun. And then Saturday night after the event, we're gonna be at one of the local lounges that's basically kind of closing up shop just for all of us.
Nice.
To go hang out at their lounge, which I thought was great too. And yeah, we'll see. I'm hoping that there's a big showing, and obviously everything is coming along. Everything is coming along. And I see, honestly, Saturday obviously being the last day, I see a lot of people showing up on Saturday for the one day, which is fine. It's just gonna be a blast, man. It really is.
I can't wait. Yeah. I kind of feel like this, like I was feeling right before the Great Smoke. Like getting to come down and do all it, and now I get to be a part of the other side of that. At the Great Smoke, we're customers, we're patrons, and on this side, we're
be selling stuff. Yeah. And excuse me, the smoke went down the wrong pipe. Wow. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I think it's gonna have. I think everyone's gonna have a blast, and the games, and the. I think we have. So we're gonna have a trivia contest, a smoke ring contest. We're gonna have. There's gonna be a handful. What up, Black? And so yeah, and so like I said, we're definitely getting pumped for it. Those that don't know about the TPA, the Tobacco Products Association, it's an association that it's meant for everyone, and it's for consumers, which is very rare because you normally don't get these associations that allow consumers. It's normally just vendors and retailers, right? So with the TPA, you have retailers, which is either a mom and pop, storefront, or mobile lounges. Plus you have regular consumers on this, and you have accessory owners, and you have all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
No, you cannot bring any Panda trivia. No. You get pewed in your pinky toe. But yeah, and like I said, we're gonna try to make it as memorable as possible. And these are one of the lighters that are gonna be in the giveaway. So let me put that bad boy up there. Look at that.
Oh, nice.
And of course, put this way, Pensacola 2026. So it's a single torch. Dude, and we have a bunch of stuff, man. I mean, the list goes on. And like I said, the raffles, like I said, I donated 2 bottles of my personal collection. I'm donating a bottle of E.H. Taylor and a bottle of the Elmer T. Lee. And you don't know how Donnie Boy loves that Elmer T. Lee. Has to start singing Paparazzi over
It'll get you singing. I know that.
Well, yeah. We got Hayes Gray in the shizzle in the house, baby. What's going on, Root?
Yeah, I'm excited because it's all of for me, like the Great Smoke, it was neat the first time. Both times it was neat, but meeting the names that you've all heard about, the Rick Rodriguez's, the Nick Perdomo, Eric Espinoza, all those guys, Terrence Riley, meeting all those guys in person was cool. But this one's exciting to me because it's all of us. It's we all hang out outside of the podcast, and Discords and stuff. So it's all of us getting together to put something on that's going to be. I think it's going to be great.
Yeah, I agree, man. I'm looking forward to it, and dude, it's right around the corner, man. I can't believe, how. This was just a conversation that we had a few months ago. I remember, I remember what's going on. Who's this? Yeah, Cigars and Dads. What's going on? I like that logo, man.
That is cool.
That's a pretty damn cool logo. I like that, man. Welcome. I think that which I predict that we are going to do very well in Pensacola. And obviously there are other locations that we want to do the TPA Smoke Fest, and hoping that this right here, is going to bring a lot of attention, and people will be like, you know what, we need to follow the TPA, and if you want, going back to the previous conversation, if you yourself want to partake and see what the TPA is about for you to, in order for you to join. There is a fee, but it's a very minute fee. I believe for consumers it's $50 for the year. The brands and social media, I believe, is different. We're on there as social media, but
and I will say too, that money does not go to any individual. It does not go to, nobody's getting paid. It goes to coming back to the community and putting on events like what we're doing in Pensacola. So what's up, Clint?
What up, Clint? Yeah, and to me, I think that it's gonna be, listen, it's in Hayes Gray's backyard, right? And I take my hat off to them because they've done, and I've said it, I've played a very small part in this. This has been all them. Ish, obviously, he's the TPA, president per se. But the reality is that, we're riding on Hayes Gray's, I want to say coattail, but we're never getting piggyback. You know what I mean? And we appreciate them, stepping up and taking charge because, it's their backyard and we want to represent Hayes Gray properly. And we want to make sure that it's a great event for them just the same, because.
And we want it to be great because we don't want it to be the last one.
Correct.
We want to do this other places and enjoy different parts of the country that that might have other things to offer that.
No, and not only that, I think honestly that the more exposure the TPA gets, the bigger it will become because it really is a good organization. You get we got our CCST through it. Our cigar. What is it? What is this? Certification cigar.
Certified cigar sommelier tobacconist.
There you go. That one right there. That one he just said. But and not only that, we got to do our own rolling, right? We did our own rolling with Ish doing it live, and everybody, got issued on their tobaccos and stuff like that. So it was a good time, and it's funny. Just I still have 2 out of the 4 cigars that I rolled still in the humidor, and dude, it was such a cool process. I mean, and I was very fortunate, obviously, because, I get a lot of, I don't want to say hate jokingly, because I only live 7 minutes away from Ish, so obviously, I got that one-on-one, to be able to roll my cigars in front of him and for him to correct any mistakes that I was doing in the process, which was a great experience. And obviously, anyone that has never done it, you got to at least try it once, so you can say, oh, I rolled my own cigar,
I'm probably going to sneak over to the cigar rolling area, maybe take a break from the podcast at the time and sneak over there. Cause I actually didn't get to participate in the cigar rolling. So, that like you said, that I rolled my own cigar and then I took a raw product, a raw leaf, and I rolled it into a cigar, and then I get to smoke it. That'd be something cool.
Well, not only that, you get to do what we studied, right? Doing the accordion technique. That's his favorite style, which I can see why, But there's a lot more other technique that he does, like the way he twists the tobacco and folds it within itself. I mean, it does take a talent for you to know when to. Twist, when to fold it, and when to. There's a lot of intricacies.
You got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them.
Yeah. And I folded a lot. Let me tell you. But
that was a cheesy joke.
Yeah, it's all good. It's a dad joke, But yeah, and like I said, I think that honestly that we're gonna have a blast. Obviously, we hope that we have the consumers to see and show and talk about it because we want people to be on their social media platforms and being able to actually talk about it while they're experiencing it right then and there. So hopefully we'll see.
Scan that QR code right there.
There you go. There you go. TPA.rocks/events. Hey, Clint, you know what? Is Clint coming? Clint, are you coming to the TPA Smoke Fest in October? I don't know if he's still here or not. But I don't know if he is or not. But anyways, yeah, I just think that that it's gonna be a blast, man. I really do. And we're gonna get to see a lot of people that we normally socialize on Discord. right? And you get to meet a lot of people face to face for the first time. And it's crazy because I remember the first time meeting everybody, it's surreal, right? Because you're so used to seeing them through a lens,
Right.
And to see them and meet them face to face, it really is a good time. I will absolutely love, after this, I would love to do an e-board trip with everybody.
That'd be fun.
That would be a blast. You know what I mean? Can you imagine 30 of us at Ybor City? We'll raise havoc. Ybor wouldn't be ready for us, But I think Ybor is definitely a place that we got to go all of it because there's new lounges now, right? Because that Rooster House, cigars and coffee and cigars, that's a spot that I've been following them on social media from the very beginning when they purchased the building to the cleanup to the remodeling. And that's the spot. And then going back to, King Corona.
Well, and by the time we go, they probably have their new place open.
Let me tell you, I know, listen, we know that the owners of King Corona dumped $1 million to revamp that one. I could only imagine the amount of money they're going to do to redo because it used to be a brewery.
Right. They're redoing the floors and the whole.
Oh, yeah.
Not just yeah, we went in July. It was brutal hot.
We learned the hard way.
It was brutal hot.
Mm-hmm.
We were we tried to do a podcast where we were smoking The Egg by Drew Estate, and we were seeing it. We got about half. We were sweat was pouring off. We were outside. They had a what do you call that? A gazebo type thing with the screened in sides. We were sweat. We all just finally went, we're done. Let's call this.
Hey, Colleen, how you doing, baby girl? Yeah, and next, all it teaches is that if we end up going somewhere in the summertime, we got to find a place with the pool. We got to rent the Airbnb with the pool because holy cow! And mind you, luckily they had a gazebo, or I guess you
kind of
like
enclosure,
and they had nets, so the mosquitoes weren't killing us that much, but it was bad. It was bad, and we really sweated our butt off during that week, and it was crazy.
We had the comedy errors with the gas running down on the grill and the.
Oh yeah, well yeah, I was a little ticked off. Luckily that charcoal that was underneath the because it was both a charcoal and a gas grill.
Right.
Yeah, I hear you, Pedro. Here too, man. I had sent these guys a video. It showed 114, 115 on my dashboard.
Yeah.
And then when it finally went down, it was 97 degrees, man. It just this and mind you, August is coming because we know July and August in South Florida is by far the worst.
Yeah.
And I'm not looking forward to August. Be honest with you, that's way too high. I agree. And that's the one thing the missus and I we would get when we were looking for a house, we're like, do we want a pool? We don't want a pool. We're like, nah, extra maintenance, blah, blah, blah. Well, we're regretting it now. We are regretting it now. Let me tell you. So I'm going to have to drive to Ishi's house and just sneak in and dive in the water and go back and come back to the house and cool off. Well, yeah. But what we have here, give me a second. Because despite that, this was just a pop-up, we still got to give respect to our people. And here we go.
We don't smoke in here.
Well, I fucking do.
I absolutely love that, man. That's
you know what I love about it? I love that they made the decision to leave that first line in there.
Hell yeah. That's my freaking. That's normally my freaking comment.
Yeah.
Well, like I do. Yeah, you damn right I do.
Right.
And the thing is this, right? And I actually, as you guys already know, it's no longer coming soon. It's already here. If you guys have not tried the new Haze Gray Busala, you guys are missing out. That cigar is absolutely fire, absolutely fire, and we absolutely love that cigar. And as you guys know, Hayes Gray is one of our sponsors, and we're not saying it because they are, because we love them way before they became our sponsor. So,
hey, Gary, we decided about 30 seconds before we jumped on here to do this, so there was no pre-warning.
Yeah. Who's this? Steve says I have 2 boosters saving them for a special occasion. You know, I'm gonna tell you right now, Steve, if you have not had it, you are truly gonna enjoy the heck out of it. It's absolutely a banger. They're definitely gonna be out there in October selling them, and I'm telling you that Busula and the crazy, you guys know they shared the story with us, so I'm sure they won't mind me repeating it. You know, that was supposed to be like their cut and light cigar.
Yeah.
You know, and Ish told them, I don't think you guys are gonna want this at cut and light. And of course they smoked it and they're like, this is definitely not gonna be a cut and light smoke. And and that cigar, I'm telling you, I see a lot of big things coming out of that, you know, moving them to the next level, Pedro.
So I'm unaware, like, and maybe Ru and Pedro can chime in here. Like, when you say that's a cut and light cigar, is that something that you produce that you're probably not going to produce again, and you just use it for, you know, when you go out to special events? Or when you say that, because if that was a cut and light cigar, then I need to find me some more cut and light cigars.
Hey, Val, and listen, speaking of the social media queen, there she is right there, guys. Right there. I am telling you right now, she's absolutely killing it in social media for Hayes Gray. And we got to get them back on so she could talk about her marketing business that she started up, because definitely she knows what she's doing, man, because the things that she comes up with is unreal, absolutely unreal. And I'm so happy and proud for these people. Let me tell you, I love them. Love you guys a lot.
Just for special events.
Yeah. Just for special events. Got it.
Because I would hate for that cigar, now that I smoked it, I would hate for that cigar to only be available once in a while. You know, that's got to be on the shelves.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And the crazy part that they have 6 other blends that they're already, you know, they're gonna start releasing as time progresses. Every 6 months, I believe it is, or every year. I'm not sure. I don't want to speak for them. I believe they said every 6 months, and that wasn't even part of the rotation. The Busula came out of left field. But you know what? I truly believe that that's how things are meant to happen, right?
Absolutely.
When something like that unexpectedly, you got to take advantage of the situation and run with it every 6 months. Pedro, yeah, there you go. Pedro says every 6 months. Yeah, and let me tell you, and that's just the beginning, guys. These guys got some other stuff coming out, and I was very privy and I was honored that they allowed me to sit down with them when they were blending, when there were issues I was coming up with the blends. And I could tell you, they just get ready, buckle up, because Hayes Gray is coming out swinging hard. You know, right now, if Angel, I'm laughing now because if Angel was on they were like, there goes the restraining order again.
Yeah. No, but you know, we talk about them a lot, but they're worthy of talking about because it is that good of a cigar. And you know, and honestly, from a much younger cigar company that we are, we're watching. You know, we're watching we're watching how it works, and you know, just inspiring to somebody who you know, it's hard to see myself. It's hard to see us, you know, at that level yet, but that's where we want to be, you know?
Right. You know, I was struggling with blend selection. Yes, I do. You know, but and it's like the more Ish drinks, the more liquor this man has, the more practice he becomes. Because let me tell you something, I don't know how much Ish had to drink that night. All I can tell you, I think I left after the 7th or maybe 8th blend. And I was like, I tap out. I tap out because my palate was getting so overwhelmed. And the thing is this, right? That you really don't you really don't want to over what am I doing? Overpower your palate to destroy your
Right.
palate. And I kind of felt that was happening to me, you know. But these guys, they went the very next morning, and I don't know how many more blends they tried out afterwards. So I know, like I said, I know I left after the 7th or 8th blend. We had like look at this, look at this. They had about 20 per day. And the thing is this, right? And you guys, those of us that had the experience to do these fumas, as you know, you don't get to smoke the whole thing.
Right.
The whole idea is not for you not to smoke the whole thing. It's for you to kind of get a feel of what the tobacco, what is it with tobacco crackheads? Yeah, for real. And
you know what? It's not an easy process because it's not easy to look at a person that you respect as much as we respect Ish and go, no, that's not what I was looking for.
correct.
You know, it's almost like calling somebody's baby ugly. You don't want to do that, even though you're looking for a certain. When we did ours, it was, we didn't really have to say that. We got that one blend that we went, oh, that's it.
Yes.
That's it. And so I hope they had the same experience when you smoke one and go, that's it. That's the one we want.
The problem is that honestly, they every time they're like, oh, this is a good one, and really it go, hold on, go to his room, come back out with another big those big Tupperwares, the black and yellow ones,
Yeah.
with another 10 other freaking tobaccos. He goes, and he's just in his zone. And let me tell you, there is something to say when you see Ish in his zone. This is what he kind of looks like. I'm gonna put myself on the big screen here real quick. So this is when I went back in regards to us doing a blend. So this is him. This is Ish in his zone.
Yep.
This is him thinking. See all the tobacco he's got on there?
Yep.
But you got to this over here on this side because everything's backwards. But you guys fail to understand that box right there has about 15 different tobaccos. You have tobacco here, and a box full of tobacco in there, and 2 more bundles there. So now that's that, right? And then, so I started doing these with them. So if you count, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I have 1 in my hand, right? And then this here was, where is it? The other one? Oh, there's you got more there. Now you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plus 1 in my hand. And this is the final product out of all of them. You put them all together. And when I tell you to go through that experience, and like I said, and Ish could tell you, he was making fun of me, man. I was sweating. I was sweating.
And it wasn't the heat.
It was hot outside. He's trying to keep the fan off, but let me tell you, it's like I said, to see Ish in his zone, it really is something to sit back and admire and respect because it's just one of those things. Thank you so much. Yeah, it is. You're right, Pedro. Oh yeah. No, you take over, Don, because you're not going back. We're fighting. We're fighting about the comments over here. But yeah, and to me, honestly, guys, it's hard for you for us to explain the experience because honestly, guys, if you ever get a chance, you have to find someone or get Ish to get to you somehow, get to Ish so you can have that experience for yourself in regards to it. Because let me tell you, it's something that it's different when you just smoke one tobacco, right? One leaf. And then when he puts the fillers together, right? Now you have 2 fillers and you have to smoke that. And then he puts 3 fillers in there and smoke that. Now you have 3 fillers or 4 fillers plus the binder. Now you're seeing how the cigar is starting to transition to its full form.
Well,
And
for
then
me, it was like we'd smoke that one Fuma, and I'm like, oh man, I really like that. Oh, you like that one? Here, try this.
Mhm.
It was,
So yeah,
it was crazy.
So yeah, I think that honestly think that the rolling class in October, I think people are going to learn and experience it, well. And then, like I said, then the pairing, and I know that these guys are working on a coffee thing. Because me and my coffee, so. But yeah. So once again, guys, this is just a friendly reminder that that we are moving effective next month, August. We're moving our podcast from Thursday nights to Tuesday nights. Yeah, let's all sit at the table.
Let me tell you how honored we'd be to do that.
Oh man, that would be crazy. That would be crazy. We're down. Absolutely, we'll definitely talk about that, man. We even appreciate you guys thinking about us. But like I said, guys, we're moving our podcast to Thursday, from Thursday to Tuesday. And it was a decision that kind of, we've been talking about it for a while, because it seems that Thursday nights have kind of got a little crowded.
Yeah.
When we first, if you guys remember, we started on Tuesday, right? Hey, Uncle Nani, I smoked one of those cigars, and then really nice, awesome.
I gave him a couple of that's my niece. I gave him a couple of all three of our cigars. So
nice.
Got to sample them all.
Nice.
Yes, August 4th. That starts next Tuesday.
Yeah, August 4th. Hey Steve, just to give you a heads up, and I don't know if you heard me earlier, our first guest on Tuesday night is going to be Carmen and Luis. His and hers will be with us on that first Tuesday of August. So definitely keep that on your calendar. At the same time, it's going to be a normal time, not just the pop-up. It's going to be at 8 o'clock Eastern time, 7 Central. And
Colleen, I'll answer that real quick, because none of us are up then.
But you got to put it up there so she can see. Hey, Banner White, right after. You know what? Let me tell you something. That first episode that I did with Ish, I was up early because I didn't want to miss out on it, right? Because as you guys know, I'm still recovering from my surgery, and so I was like, okay, I'm gonna be up. I had a bunch of questions. I had about 30 some odd questions that I had written. It took me a while because I wanted to do an interview about Ish himself, because everyone knows Ish, the Cigar Factory, TPA, but no one knows about Ish himself, his background, his military background, and everyone knows, Easy, I'm listening. There's Ish, his wife, and his mom. His mom is adorable. His mom is a firecracker. Let me tell you. Oh my God, to see those two go at it is a trip. But yeah, and like I said, my whole idea when Ish said that he was going to start his own podcast on Monday morning, I kind of wanted to start off the podcast. So if anyone wanted to see what the Factory Reserve was all about, I figured let's find out who the man behind the scenes is first. That was my idea, and I hope I did a good job. Obviously there was a lot more questions I wanted to ask him and kind of probe, but I think we got a lot of information out of him that either people didn't know about him, and if they didn't, now they know, and ever since he's been killing it. And let me tell you something, 1,000 subscribers came to him real quick.
In a week.
And let me tell you something, that first giveaway was sick. I told him, dude, that was overwhelming. Say he's 3 times and bam, he pops up. Yeah, Beetlejuice, right? All right, thank you. I appreciate that, Colin. And to me, honestly, and listen, I am very fortunate. Ish and I, we've had a lot of, and he's here. He could attest to this. Him and I, we've had a lot of one-on-one time, and I pick his brain, and the one thing that I can honestly say that I've always been honest with Ish, and guys know I don't always agree with him, but you know what? He has his opinion, I have my opinion, but he respects it. You know what I mean? And to me, the thing with Ish is if you're gonna go head to head with them, you better have your facts. Is all I gotta say. You better have receipts.
He does.
And that's what I'm saying. That to me, that people always have comments and people always have opinions, but nothing to back it up with. You know what I mean? It's always, I don't like this person because this person doesn't like him. Well, that's not how things should work. But that's another day for another topic, another conversation. But to me, I think that he brings something rare to the industry, and that's brutal honesty.
Honesty, yeah.
brutal honesty. And the reality is that people just don't like the honesty. Yes, thank you, Pedro. He is always yelling at me. You know, I don't know why, you know. I think he's got a man crush on me. That's why. Just honestly, I'm just saying. But you know, the thing is that, you know, like I said, you know, Ish brings out the good, the bad, and the ugly of the industry, and he puts it in the forefront. You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying?
I'd like to introduce Ish, the person who used to make the Hayes Gray cigars.
Oh my lord! Wait, hold on. Where is it? Oh, hold on.
Love you guys.
Peace. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. And then of course we got.
Who is that guy?
Yeah, who's that guy doing the helicopter?
That guy has no coordination.
And all I gotta say is those that will be appearing at the TPA, they will be seeing a whole lot of this. Y'all not ready. Y'all not ready.
We're not ready. You're right. You're right. You're right about that.
Panda as a nickname. I've had the nickname Panda for about 20 years now. Probably, maybe. I've been on the job 28 years, and the guys at my job started calling me Panda. Yeah.
Why don't you tell us why?
So, all right. So, those who don't know, I am part of the Blue. I've been part of the Blue for the last 28 years. I celebrated 28 years on June 1st of this year. And actually, the people in the streets started calling me Kung Fu Panda. I had gotten into a little sticky situation in the streets. I got into a physical altercation with two individuals. And before my backup was able to get there, you know, I had to take care of myself and protect myself, and I did. And you know, I've been in the martial arts going on 30 plus years, so I've always been able to handle myself, and that's where the nickname Kung Fu Panda came from. And ever since the street started calling, my coworkers started calling me Panda, and ever since that, I've been Panda. So it's been well over 20 year. And you know what? I've learned to embrace it. In the beginning, I was like, no, I'm not Kung Fu Panda, you know. But you know what? I've learned to embrace it. And those who if you go back to my social media, especially on TikTok, my very first post, I called myself Popo Panda. And it's funny because that's what my coworkers still call me now, Popo Panda. And I just went from Popo Panda to Cigar Panda because I started receiving a lot of not so nice messages about my profession, and people saying a lot of really ugly things about me. So yeah, and after a while, I was like, okay, you know what, time to kind of step back. But I still wear this flag proudly. Squidly Divvy 1974, now it's mostly just Squid or Chef Squid. Yeah, man. I like I said, I've embraced this, Steve, you know, and it's funny because no one ever calls me by my name. And some people are like, hey, Pan, what's your real name? Like, if I tell you my government name, you know what I mean? You know, my government name is just like Hayes Gray, Pedro. I'm a Pedro, believe it or not, you know? And but everyone calls me Pete, you know, and everyone in this realm, in this cigar world, just calls me Panda. And I like I said, I've just learned to embrace it, and I love it now. And to me, you know, my friends call me Panda. When I go to the shop, they bust my chops, you know, and you guys call me Panda, and I absolutely love it. And I'm Mrs. Squid. Yes, you are the better half. So yeah, so that was that, man. In our fire world, I got you. But you know, and like I said, To me, I love it. It's funny how I remember in Ebor last year, a lot of people, my brother calls me Pete. Yeah, that's funny. In Ebor, that's when you start realizing realizing that you kind of touch a lot of people in the sense of people getting to know you. Like when we went to Ebor, a lot of people got to meet me, and they're, oh, Snap Panda, and at the Great Smoke, people started recognizing me. So does Val. Okay. Yeah, I mean, like I said, everyone calls me Pete. The only one that's ever called me Peter is when my mom was alive, and my dad still calls me Peter, and the wifey calls me Peter.
When you hear Peter, it's time to. That's when the joking stops.
Yeah, but you know what the thing? Listen, you guys have met the missus, and I'm not an easy one to deal with. I know. Listen, I know that my character is that type of person. I know my personality is either you like or you don't. Because I'm high energy. I'm always, hey, what's going on? I'm loud. I'm very loud. I'm not sure if you guys noticed that about me, but I'm very loud. I know, yes, I'm very loud, but I take pride of it. You know what I mean? But to me, I want everyone that's around me to feel my energy because I feed off of everybody else. And to me, that's the worst thing. Take my energy away from me, I'm a whole different person. It's not pretty. So I'd rather be high energy.
I just remember the energy in a Mexican restaurant in Houston on a Thursday night.
Yeah, but that was after how many glasses of Four Roses?
Yeah, it was a few.
So guys, you got to picture this. You got a New Yorker in Texas in a Mexican restaurant singing what, Don?
Try that in a small town.
Try that in a small by Jason Aldean, bro. Let me tell you something. And he has it on video.
Yes, he does.
And he has it on video. It's not pretty. Your boy Panda was feeling nice. The food, I can't even remember what the food tasted like, but I know I had
It seemed to be a theme for that weekend. Panda feeling nice.
Yeah. There's certain things I wish I could erase, but you know what?
Cigar Don ended up being the Uber for all weekend, but Panda was feeling nice.
Hey, I was on vacation. Man. Oh man, but you know what? I enjoyed the hell out of myself.
We had a good time.
And that's the one thing. Ain't no one can say that I don't have fun because I truly do enjoy having fun. Look at the text. Okay. Looking at my check. What check? Oh, I don't have nothing. Okay, now I'm on the laptop and can read all comments. Watch out. But so yeah, to me, guys, listen, I've embraced this community, and Don could attest, and so can JJ and PC, that it's always been my dream to have a couple of things, right? One of them was to have our own cigar, to say that's ours. We got that check. Get on, have our own podcast. We got that check. Wanted to start and doing promoting, the cigar, universe per se, and do an event, and we're doing that check. And obviously, once I retire, it's full throttle for me. It is really, really going to be full throttle, and hopefully, what's up, Cammy? Camp girl, how you doing? We got to get you on the podcast again. She'll be at the TPA.
That was one of our longest episodes when we had Cammy on.
Yes.
That was a good time.
It was a blast. And that's another thing. And you know what? That's the one thing that I absolutely love. Oh, we miss you too, girl. Trust me. Can't wait to see you. To me, be honest with you, like the community as a whole, has been great. Obviously there's always going to be hiccups here and there, but you know what? You kind of move on. Oh, absolutely. We'll definitely set it up. And, this has been a very big family, right? And the family keeps growing and growing and growing. And I honestly think that, that the TPA, if we stay on course, I honestly think that we could honestly make it really big, but obviously we need your guys' support, and because listen, without the consumers, without, people to go out there and show support and want to be able to venture off away from legacies and try something new and refreshing, because it is an uphill battle, right? It is an uphill battle when you're a boutique or craft or whatever you want to call it. It's hard for people to take that gamble on you. But you know what? You gotta try. And this is why we have the utmost respect for Ace Gray, because these guys are putting boots to ground, and these guys are traveling. These guys are traveling. What's this here? What's the highlight of blending that gets you guys amped up?
I can go first on that.
Go for it.
It was for me the process of, you go to the store and you buy a cigar and you just see a cigar, and you say that's a cigar. I'm gonna, but to see it go to see how it originates, and then the plethora of different flavors that we got out of each different fumo was just crazy to me. It's just oh, you like that? Here, try this one. And then there's one more flavor in there. And you're like, oh my, like I could sit there all night and do that, and you said it earlier, the hardest part was not smoking that whole thing. Cause you're not supposed, you're supposed to get the notes and smoke it down a little ways and then try the next one. And it was, we had 3 or 4, we just kept picking them up and,
Well, and you know what? It is to see the cigar transform to its whole and its totality of the final. Yes. To see it from the beginning stages all the way to the end, and to know that you were able to partake in that process. To me, that's the exciting part. That's the part that gets me amped up because, I'll have a blend in my head what I think it should be, and Issues here, and he could attest to this. I have about 15, 20 blends that I've come up with in my head, and I wrote, and I brought my book to Ish, and I go, Ish, what do you think of these blends? And he goes, and he'll break it down. He goes, this will be good, but this will be better if you took away this and added that. You know what I mean? And to see that process, and a perfect example is with the he's great. Don't trust them. The answer is that they just fall in love with the accent. Yeah, and the long hair. The perfect example of that is the new Bonded by the Leaf, Smoker's Delight. I had a blend in my mind. I wrote it down. I gave it an Ish. Ish blended it to
coming
me.
To you in October.
Was that?
I said coming to you in October.
Coming to you in October. And you know what? We might give away a 5-pack for the first time because we haven't really done anything with that. It is the prototype, but I gave him the blend. He had all the tobacco that I wanted in it. He rolled it, and I go, ooh, this is a little too strong for it to be what I'm looking for. And he goes, well, what's the name of it? I said, well, it's going to Smoker's Delight. And Ish and his colorful words. You know what I mean? Well, why motherfucker?
Why did you tell me that?
Why did you tell me that? He goes, hold on. He took out one tobacco, and I'll give it. I'll say what I won't say what he took out, but I'll tell you what he put in. He put Indonesian tobacco into the Smoker's Delight. Excuse me. And I could tell you, it transitioned the entire cigar. It changed everything. In regards to it. And he came out with obviously we know it's the Ecuadorian. Oh my God, I can't even think. The Ecuadorian sun shade. Good, I can't even talk. Had the Claro and the Escudo, and I sent it to Don. Don kind of favored the Escudo, right? You enjoy the darker wrapper, even though it was a Connecticut.
I did.
Right? But the problem is that most people, as we know, shop with your eyes, right? And when you look at the wrapper and you see it's a dark wrapper, you're not going to think it's a Connecticut shade. And that, and in reality, it was a Connecticut shade. So we went with the Claro, so it looked the way so-called Connecticut should be. I absolutely fell in love with both of them, you know. But I thought about the consumer, and Don and I went back and forth in regards to this. I was like, Don, we got to think about what the consumer's going to think. If they see it, they're not going to think it's a Connecticut.
Let's just be real. He bullied me into it.
Oh wow!
No, he's right. He's right. And the more we talked about, and you know, it's funny to kind of pull back the curtain a little bit. We don't always agree on everything. We don't agree on the same tastes, on the same palate. But you know, I think the mark of a good company and a good cigar good cigar brand is that at the end of the day, we come up with what everybody will like, not just what we like.
Correct. You know, and the crazy part, like I said, I really enjoyed them both. And it's funny because, and we know that the wrapper is a very small percentage in the flavor profile of the cigar, but in that particular cigar, right, that Connecticut shade of the Escudo, to me, there you could definitely taste the difference when you taste the Escudo side by side with the Claro. Did you do it? Or you'll pull it out? That didn't sound right. Pause. Hold on. So that's the Claro.
Yeah, I don't know if I have any of the Oscuros left. I might have smoked them all.
Oh, you killing me, Smalls?
Oh no, I do.
Oh, you do? No, we'll wait for you, buddy. Don't you worry about it. Your world. No. Don't worry about it. So there's the difference. See, and as you guys can see, you know, that's a Connecticut shade on his left, on the left, and that's a Connecticut shade on the right. One's the Claro, the other was the Escudo. And it's crazy that because of just looking at them, you would not think that was a Connecticut shade. You know, so like I said, thinking of the consumer, you know, I go, that's the route I think that we should go with. And he's like, yeah. Even though he favored the Escudo a little bit more than the Claro, but he came around with the Claro and he's like, okay.
that was my palate, just my palate,
Yeah.
not thinking about the marketing and the like you said, people shop with their eyes, and you're right about that. You know, I know people at my shop that'll walk into the humidor and they'll look at a cigar and say, nope, that one's too strong because it's got a darker wrapper.
And that's a lot of people. I mean, you got a lot of people that have been smoking for years still have that same thought process, right? And it's like, no, you're just not educated enough, and you just, you know, you don't know. But let's see here. What does Ish? Most people will bet it is a Habano, which it looks like. Yes, you're absolutely right. It does look like a Habano,
right?
You know, and the thing is, like I said, you know, the thought process with that is that when you put the cigars next to each other, you want you to be able to see the different shades of the tobacco, even though the Ember and the Inferno almost look similar.
And also thinking about our three cigars, if we went with that Oscuro, you put all three cigars together, they all three look the same,
right?
You know, and so how do you differentiate? You know,
right? And that was the whole thing.
The real answer is smoke it. That's how you differentiate it, but you got to get people to smoke it.
Right.
You know.
And kind of give you guys, you know, in what I love about our Connecticut, you know, it wakes up your palate immediately in the first light, right? It gives you a little spice, right? Just to kind of open up your palate. And as you start smoking into the first third and going into your second and third, it mellows out and it's smooth. What happened?
I just got a text. I got to check something out here. Oh, yep, right there. Yep. That'd be a good spot right there.
What's that?
I got a text.
The Banff. The Banff. No.
I got a text that said that would be a great spot for a Haze Gray box.
Yeah. Hold on. I'm gonna put you on blast. Yeah, big empty spot right there, buddy. Right there.
So if anybody knows anybody that can get me a Haze Gray box, you know,
we might know somebody, right? But yeah, to me, honestly, man, it's just. You know, I think the process of going through all the process between the Ember and then Inferno and now with the Delight, you know, just honestly, Rue, I enjoyed the entire process. And like I said, to me, it's very fascinating to what the heck is all that? Oh, there it is. He's being lazy, guys. He's not sitting in his normal spot. Now he's been just lounging in his man, we ain't ready for that forehead, bro.
Oh no, right.
Man, that should have came with the warning sign, buddy. Holy cows. Val says I know a guy. But yeah, so now you got look. Now here goes the trouble. But yeah, so guys, listen, like I said, this is just another friendly reminder, guys, that come August, we will be switching the podcast. Now, no longer on Thursdays, we'll be on Tuesdays, same time, 8 Eastern, 7 Central. And our first guest, if you guys didn't hear, it's going to be his and hers, Luis and Carmen. They'll be coming on. As the time gets closer, obviously, we'll keep reminding you guys. And we got some other people lined up as well. August 6th, your boy Panda is gonna be interviewed by no other than Raul from Texas Smoking Tex. We're kind of working on, I believe it's gonna be at 8:30 Eastern time, which is 7:30 Central. So and then I'm also looking at getting on with Angel. I believe that's gonna be on the 17th. So we're looking forward to that as well. So you guys put that on the calendar. So yeah, so like I said, guys, this was just a pop-up, kind of testing the waters for Tuesday. And I think we're going to do well on Tuesday. Tuesday seems to be an empty slot. And we were like, hey, you know what? Let's kind of take advantage of it. Somebody sent him a box. I will send him a level. Oh, never shy. He's never shy, right? Oh man. But guys, listen, man, we appreciate the support. And as always, we would definitely, but we want to leave out before we close out the show. We want to give Hayes Gray another shout out.
Savor every moment with Hayes Gray Cigars. Each blend is crafted for bold flavor, veteran-inspired character, and premium construction. From smooth and approachable to rich and complex in flavor, Hayes Gray delivers a cigar for every palate. Now available our new release, Irmãos do Mar. Order Hayes Gray Cigars online at Fat Boys Cigars and from Wolfpack Cigar Club and the Cigar Vault, Oakdale. Visit our website for a list of nationwide retail lounges and to grab some cool Hayes Gray merch to rep our brand. As always, we've got your sticks.
Oh man!
And if you didn't watch our last episode when Hayes Gray was on with us, 2 episodes ago, go watch it. I made them make Sophie's Choice.
And we got to do an update, Val, because you guys got a lot more merch now. You guys definitely got the shirts, the hats. I mean, the shirts are absolutely gorgeous. I absolutely love the shirts. You guys know I always sport my Hayes Gray wherever I go, whenever I can. Once again, guys, like I said, we're switching to Tuesdays, and we appreciate the support. We got nothing but love. And next week, actually this week, Thursday, we're going to just be chopping it up. We're going to be talking about La Flop. We'll be talking a little sports talk about La Flop, LeBron, the wannabe GOAT. So please come and join and chop it up with us this coming Thursday. The 4 of us will be there. And I would love to absolutely and my challenge is still out there open. And whoever thinks LeBron James, La Flop is the GOAT, I'm willing to go toe-to-toe, heads up, to tell you how Michael Jordan is the true GOAT. So with that being said, guys, we appreciate the love and the support as always, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.